Hello there, and welcome to Non-Dairy Cards and to episode 3 of Confessions of a Breakaholic. I think that's probably the best way of putting this. As we go along, we'll kind of put our hits up at the top at each next session, so you'll be able to recap kind of what we've hit so far. So thus far, we've had probably about 18 teams or so in 2 different breaks, and our hits were 1 numbered card, and then these 2 autos. So the Gem Mint 10 PSA slab of Jackson Merrill on the Holiday, and then Eric Wagaman on the rookie 1990 parallel from the Jumbo Box. So again, in this was another one of those breaks where you had the wheel spin. On the wheel, you had some blaster boxes, every MLB team with some, pick your own team options there, as well as some of the slab packs that were available. And so after that first break, everyone in the break was gunning for these slab packs. These were the ones that people wanted in the break here. So because you get that guaranteed hit. But in this particular break, I ended up with 12 teams, I believe. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 different teams in this break here. And so as you can see, there's a lot of teams here. I ended up with the Dodgers, the Tigers, the Royals, the Twins, Phillies, Blue Jays, Orioles, Astros, Cards, and Braves here. So a lot of good teams in there, but you'll notice the 2 teams that are missing are probably the 2 Bay Area teams that I would be gunning for, with the A's and the Giants. So again, with the wheel spin, you're not guaranteed to even get the teams that you want. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump in to see what we were actually able to pull. And I think last time we had 5-ish viable parallels and a lot of or inserts or things of that sort, and then we had kind of the sand glitter and other parallels that were in there. So not a whole lot sleeve worthy in the last break here, but we'll go ahead and get into the Diamondbacks and see what we got here. So we got Ketel Marte, and this one, for whatever reason, got a sleeve. They weren't doing that for most of the parallels, so we'll see if that is consistent for this one. I'm going to go ahead and move these off to the side until we get through this first stack. And then we got the... looks like we got... Is that 2 different Cardinals packs that we had? No, that was the Guardians, not the Cardinals back there. So we got our Cardinals here. So we've got the Sagasi rookie debuts, Pozo on the insert or the parallel, and then Paul Goldschmidt on the MVP insert here. So I'll go ahead and take these down. Hopefully we'll get some things to be excited about as we jump in to the rest of the cards that are available here. So hopefully there's something that we want to show off. And so as we get into the Dodgers, this was one that I think I got a PYT on this, or pick your team. So I went for the Dodgers because, again, you got the Shohei on the Bleacher Reachers. That's always going to be a card that any Shohei is worth grabbing if you can get him. So we'll throw him up there. And then we got Dalton Rushing on the 1990s parallel here, on the Mojo card. And again, those are cards that I like. And then the Mystical, which is my favorite of the parallels that they have in this particular set here. We got that on the Hyseong Kim. And then we got Kershaw on the All-Star Game. And then our first low-numbered card here, which is a really nice card on the color match for the Dodgers, Anthony Banda. Again, a relief pitcher is probably not who you're looking for on the actual numbered cards or the parallels or the other options that you get in there. Definitely don't want an auto of a relief pitcher, but I think the checklist for autos is pretty good in this particular case. So we'll go ahead and throw him up on a stand because, we got a numbered card, and that one is numbered to 150 here. So, that's a positive sign. There's positive movement here. And as we get into the Tigers here, again, a lot of your base rookies that are showing up here. And then we get into our parallels. We got Riley Green on the All-Star Game parallel, and then we got one of the hits in the box here. And so, again, it was a jumbo and a hobby box of update, which I think there are 4 total hits that you can get out of those 2 boxes there. But we got Brent Herter on the Tigers 1990 parallel here. Again, an on-card auto. So it's a nice-looking auto, rookie auto. So, we're not going to turn our nose up at any autograph that we get there. Then we hop into the Royals here, which, spoiler, if you saw that, there is another hit that we got in here. And so you can see a bunch of rookies on here. We got Noah Cameron on the rookie Mojo card, a few parallels. We got Bobby Witt here, which again, you're shooting for anything Bobby Witt on this. And then we got Chris Bubich on the All-Star Stitches. So this is an actual worn during the batting practice events at the All-Star Game here. So it's not, within the actual All-Star Game itself, but, any sort of player worn or event worn memorabilia, that's a little bit better than the unaffiliated here. So, another nice card. We got another hit out of this particular break, so we'll go ahead and hop him up on the stand here. And so, we're getting some decent cards out of this particular break here. We didn't get any of those, slab packs, which was a bummer, but we're at least getting some things that are of interest as we go through here. So with the Twins, really basically all we're getting is the rookies, although we did get a Justin Morneau MVP and a Mickey Gasper on the Sand Glitter parallel here. So got a few interesting cards in there. So let's go ahead and move into stack number 2. And as you can see, there's another 6 teams in here. We do have a couple more actual sleeved up cards. So in contrast to the last break, we're starting to get a little bit of momentum as we go through here. So you got your Mick Abel, another couple of rookies, and then we've got Kyle Schwarber and Mick Abel on the inserts. And we get into the Blue Jays. And again, apologies for how hard it is for me to open these team bags here. So we got Fluharty, bunch of rookies again. We got the parallel or the foil board of the Mason Fluharty, and then we got Alan Roden on the Mojo card. So again, not going to complain about getting a Mojo. I'll just drop him on the floor here. Luckily, it was sleeved up, so it's not really a big issue. Now we get into the Oreos. So again, this is Charlie's favorite team. So this is a team I like to get. So I'm never going to complain about getting the Orioles or the Giants or some of those other teams. But again, you can see we got a lot of those base rookie cards coming through here. And then we got the Eddie Murray on the Topps Chrome Mojo. Definitely a great player there. Brandon Young. And then we got a numbered card here for Tomoyuki Sugano. And so we got that on the Mojo parallel. So this is I think it's a purple that we got here, numbered to 75 on that. So, we got another relatively decent numbered card, a relatively decent hit here. So again, this is thus far the best break that we've had if we're just talking about what we pulled from the pack. So positive momentum in the break, and you can kind of see how that can spiral or that can move forward. But as we go forward here, we got Cam Smith on the black gold. That one is not sleeved for whatever reason, but this one is sleeved. So we got 2 of the black gold Cam Smith. I don't think either of them are numbered here. Yeah, neither of them are numbered. So we got both of those, and then we got Cam Smith on the Mojo, Chrome Mojo here. So again, getting some nice cards from this particular break. I'm going to sleeve up that Cam Smith so that I don't forget. Again, not because it's going to be a super valuable card, but because, it's a nicer card. It's got the foil board on it. So getting some decent things, getting some things worth the actual sleeves. in here. So definitely some positive momentum as we're getting into the end of this break. And so with the Guardians, start off with the pink foil of Stephen Kwan on the All-Star Game. So that's a more rare hit for that. And then we got Nolan Jones on the number to 2025 here. And so we got our third numbered card out of this particular break. Now, we did have 12 teams here, so it makes sense that we'd get a lot more breaks than, when we had 5 teams, or a lot more hits than when we had 5 teams. But, we're getting them for a lot of different teams. So out of the 12 teams, we've gotten technically hits for 5 of them, I think. Yeah, for 5 different teams. So definitely a much better break that we got into, or much better luck in this particular break. So as we go through the Braves, again, a lot of the base rookies, and then we get the Acuna and Chris Sale on the All-Star parallels, Chipper Jones on the Bleacher Reachers, Drake Baldwin on the parallel, and then we got another numbered card here. So a number to 99, not sure how well you can see that on the Greg Maddux here for the insert. So a green parallel of the Mojo from the silver pack. So that's positive, and getting possibly one of the top 10 pitchers of all time in here. That's a great break thus far. So half of our teams actually had a hit for us as we're going through. Now again, we got and I'm going to continue using the term, crap ton of rookie cards that we pulled out of here. A lot of the sort of parallel and insert type cards that are available. So you're getting some fun cards, but really what I'm looking for is these kind of parallels that we're getting, and I'll pull this Chipper Jones over here. So we've got, the Bleacher Reachers for Chipper and Shohei. We've got the Mystical, which we only got Hyesung Kim on that this time. But we got a lot of the Silver Pack Mojo cards. So Eddie Murray, Noah Cameron, Cam Smith, Alan Roden, and Dalton Rushing. And we had some good success with the numbered cards out of here. So from the base packs, we got the Nolan Jones to 2025, Anthony Banda to 150, and then out of the silver packs, we got the Greg Maddux to 99 and Tomoyuki Sagano to 75. So like some decent numbered cards that we're getting out of there, and then getting 2 of the 4 hits that are available in the boxes. You're never going to complain about that. And so, this was a really positive outcome for the actual breaks that we're in for this particular session. So, that's break 3 thus far has been the best break that we had. But, I can't leave good enough alone. We got a total of 4 hits thus far. We've got to keep going. So as you can tell, this series is going to continue going. Leave a like if you're enjoying the content, if you're enjoying the storytelling aspect of it. But let me know if you've gotten into any of these things in the comments below. But appreciate you hanging out with me, and we'll see you again next time.